Hello, everyone. You're welcome to today's live stream, and I hope we can all hear me. I hope we can all hear me. If you can hear me, said just drop your name in the comment section and say active. If you can hear me, just drop active in the comment section. Just drop active in the comment section if you can hear me. Good, 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 good. Sorry for the little delay. My network was a little bad, but I guess I'm back now. All right. Those of you coming from the JAM online group, please somebody should drop on the group that we've started. Somebody should drop on the group that we've started. Those of you from my JAM online class, drop on the group that we've started. Just drop on the group now that we've started so we can start honestly. All right, attendance time. Drop your name in the comment section and the course you are applying for. Attendance time. Drop your name in the comment section and the course you are applying for. Your name and the course you are applying for. Your name and the course you are applying for. Like I said on the WhatsApp group for my JAM students, I posted this evening that the most active person this night becomes the face of the group for 24 hours. There was something we started yesterday on the group chat. Anybody that answers a particular question, the face will be our DP of the group for 24 hours. So the most active person on the group today, on this live stream today, we automatically become the face of the group for 24 hours. 24 hours. We change it every day. All right, so I can see most of you there. Good, good. Good evening, my people. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. All right, let's start the class because there's no time. Now, if you've noticed a trend, you observe with me that you observe that people fail most in JAM. Do you know people fail English? If just check, ask JAM scores. Just be asking people their JAM scores. Just be asking people their JAM score. Feel free to ask them their JAM scores. Not just the overall score, I mean the subject breakdown. Ask them the subject breakdown. You'll see that English is the subject people fail the most. Do you know why? People don't read English. They'll be like, "Ah, is it not English?" They don't read it. To be honest with you, me, my JAM, when I wrote my JAM, I did not read English. I'm not sure I opened English one day. I'm not sure I opened English one day. And that's a mistake most of us make. That's a mistake most of us make. So that's to clear that. We are one thing you should know is English is the subject, only subject in JAM that has 60 questions. My people, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Network was dealing with me. I just changed my location to the other part of my office. I had to use my office to for this class because after this live stream, I'm still having two other classes this night. So I decided to go back to office. I just changed location and hopefully to work better now. All right. So if you can hear me now, say active. Active. The network was actually from my own end, not your own end. It was actually from my own end. All right, so let's start the class and let's start the class. So I was saying that English is the only subject that people feel very much because they don't read English, right? Because people don't read English. Now, I am going to be using this book, A to Z. I'm going to be using this book for this class. You can see A to Z of JAMB Use of English. This is the textbook I always recommend for JAMB or the Invincible Teacher. There are other good ones, but this is the one I've been using to teach my students over years now, for many years now. So I'm going to be using this still for this class. All right. Now, you must not read all the topics in English for you to score whatever. You must not read all the topics in English, but there are some topics that are backbones. English is not like any other subject. So I'm going to be starting from the backbone topic. All right, so I'm going to share my screen now so I'm going to share my screen now so I can write. I'm going to share my screen so I can write. I believe you can see my screen. All right. So you can see my screen now, right? I believe you can see that. Now, now, we are going to be starting from basic structure of English. That's what we are going to be treating first. We're going to be starting with the basic structure. We're going to be starting with the basic structure of English. Please, this topic is very important because it forms the backbone of many other topics. And I will beg you to pay great attention to this. And any question you have, feel free to drop the question you have in the comment section. Feel free to drop your question in the comment section and I will respond immediately. I will respond to your question immediately. I'll respond immediately, right? So basic structure of English, that's what we are going to talk about. Now, first things first, in English, already you should know the meaning of a sentence. That's one. And a sentence is group of words that make a complete sense, is it not? Group of words making a complete sense is what we call a sentence. Now, a sentence, there are basic structures, there are basic parts of a sentence. And for your sentence to be complete, the basic parts we will have: one, we will have subject. These are some things we will see in parts of a sentence. We have subject, and the subject we use s to represent the subject. The second thing we have there, we have predicator, or generally, or just call it the predicate. So predicator, and we use p for that. The third thing we have in a sentence, so that sentence to be complete, or not all sentence may have although, we have complement. And another one we will have is the adjunct. There is a c here, sorry. There is supposed to be a c here. So adjunct, they use a to represent that. Complement, they use c. So these are the basic components of a sentence. And we are going to look at them one after the other. Then we'll look at past question. That's how English is. So it's not you'll be using intensive English to read stories that you will not see. All right. Now, let's start with this. Okay, Collins is saying the best way to choose the correct option to complete the space. We are going to do that. We are going to do comprehension and summary. In comprehension and summary, in fact, I have a cheat for you. You don't even have to read all the story first before you start answering. There is a cheat for you, but let's start from the basics. All right. Now, these are the basic parts of a sentence. Let's start from the subject. Now, the subject is actually what the sentence is talking about. What the sentence is talking about, that's the subject. For example, if you have something like Messi killed the goat. Messi killed the goat. Let's examine this sentence. The subject here is who the sentence is talking about. So the subject here is who. What is the subject here? Drop it in the comment section. What is the subject here in Messi killed the goat? Let's move fast so we can enter into the part that you think you may know the topic, but we'll get into a part that you see that yes, there is something to learn from this. So Messi killed the goat. What's the subject there? All right, so Messi is the subject there. Good, because the sentence is talking about who? It's talking about Messi, right? Now, the subject can be a noun or a pronoun. The subject can be a noun or a pronoun. In this case, the subject here is a noun because Messi is a noun. If the sentence was something like he killed the goat, he killed the goat, then the subject would have been he, because the sentence is talking about he. So the subject can be a pronoun, in this case he, or a name of a person, a noun, in this case Messi. So that's that. Now, subject is not hard to identify. The next thing we'll talk about is a predicator. And I said sometimes they just use predicates, sometimes they don't use predicates. So predicator, P. Have you seen in some questions they will just write the format? They will just see in the option, you just see SVOC, you see SCVO, something like that. Is the knowledge of these things we are going to use to answer questions like that, and people fail that this type of question a lot. So please pay great attention here. Pay great attention here. Now, we have the predicator, and we said the second element of a clause you must have is a predicator. Now, the predicator refers to as the verbs. Simply put, the predicate here is the what? The verb. The verb is the predicate. So if you don't call it predicate, you call it verb. So that one is grammar. So it is a verb. Now, if there is no verb in a sentence, the sentence will be meaningless. And you know, verb is an action word, right? A verb is an action word. In this case, Messi killed the goat. What is the action there? You will discover that the action word here is killed. So this one becomes the predicate, P. Or I said, if you don't call it the predicator, you call it the what? The verb. Right? So Messi is the subject here. Predicate here is killed. Now, the next thing we are to go with is, don't worry, we're going to look at past questions so you see the different forms in which the predicates can appear, the different ways in which the predicates can appear. So killed is the predicate here in this case. All right. Now, the next part I talked about is the complement, C. And what is the complement? Complement. Let me read. I told you I'm using this book here. I'm using this book here. All right. Somebody said complement is the object. I love the fact that you're active. I've seen you, Elizabeth. Remember, the most active person gets the face of the group this night. All right. Now, the complement. Let me read exactly what is here for you. Then I explain. You see there, when an action takes place, that action may go or pass through the doer, that subject, to a receiver of the action. So whoever or whatever receives the action under predicator is the complement. Now, just look at it this way. The person asking if I'm teaching based on the syllabus, this textbook alone follows JAMB syllabus, because this textbook is meant for JAMB. This textbook is A to Z, JAMB Use of English. That's why I'm using JAMB textbook to teach you. So I'm teaching based on the syllabus. I think that I've answered that. Now, complement. The complement is the receiver of the action, right? Sometimes is the object. Now, for example, Messi killed the goat. We've seen Messi as a subject. We've seen killed as the predicator. Now, what is receiving that action of killed? What is receiving the action? The goat, right? So the goat here becomes the complement. The goat becomes the complement. So Messi killed the goat. The goat is the complement here. So this sentence here follows the SPC format or the SVC format. In exam, in your JAM, you see these things in option. You see these things in option. What format does it follow? We'll look at past question. But check now is SPC format or SVC. SPC means subject predicator complement or subject verb complement, because we can use verb instead of predicator. Is that understood? And please check the spelling of the complement. Is not complement of the season. Is this one with E? Is this one with E? That's it. All right. So Messi killed the goat. That's the answer to that. All right. Now, she likes oranges. Let me see who is following now. She she likes oranges. What is the predicator in this sentence? Let me see the first to get it right. What is the predicator in that sentence? One person is asking if I teach other subjects. Of course I do. Check my channel. You see a lot of JAMB related stuff, JAMB subjects. And I have a JAMB online class, which I'm seeing many of my students here, many of my students in my WhatsApp group already. If you are not there, you can chat me up on WhatsApp to register and be added to the group. You are missing a lot. JAMB is around 62 days on today. Right. All right. So the answer is what? The first person that got that right was Esther. Esther was the first person that got that right. Esther Smith. Is that what I'm saying? All right. So she likes oranges. We said that. Under she likes oranges. We said likes is the predicator, right? Now, what is the complement? What is the complement? What is the complement there? What's the complement? Oranges. Thank you. Who was the first person to got that right? Yes, most of you got it right, but I'm talking about the first person to get it right. The Jokev. I think that's the name I'm seeing there. Oranges is the predicator. Sorry, oranges here is the what? Is a complement or the object. Why the subject is what? She. Right? Good. Now, the last part before we look at past questions on this, the last part before we look at past question is the adjunct. Adjunct. Now, what is an adjunct? So listen as I read, then I will explain. Adjunct stands for adverbs and adverbials. Anytime you hear adjuncts there, it's just adverbs or adverbials. Adverbs and adverbials. An adverb, remember what is an adverb? An adverb tells us more about a verb, right? Like add verb. Look at the word now. Add verb. Adding to a verb. Telling us more about a verb. That's add verb. Tell us more about a verb. Add more to a verb. Adverb. That's adverb. Now, adjuncts are adverbs, right? Yeah, like quickly, Elizabeth. All right, take for example, Elizabeth. Elizabeth speaks speaks English quickly. Elizabeth speaks English quickly. Now, what is the adverb in this? What's the adjunct in this sentence? Quickly, right? Good. That was very fast of you. That was very fast of you, Daniel. So quickly here is the adjunct. Now, let me see who is thinking fast now. What is the complement here? What's the complement? 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 So the complement, okay, you said English. Okay, so complement. Now, what is the subject here? What's the subject? What's the subject? What's the subject? You know, some persons, once they say what's the subject and they see English there, they'll say, English is a subject. Now they're not asking the like subject, like what's the subject of the sentence? Who is the sentence all about? So yeah, in this case, the subject is who? Elizabeth, right? So subject. Now speaks here is what? Let me see who the first person to get that right. Speaks here is what? Speaks is what? First to get it right, speaks is what? All right, Danny, that's a good one. The verb or the predicator, right? So you can call it the verb or the predicator. Predicator. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. It shows you're following. It shows you're following. It shows you're following. All right, moving on. Moving on. What if the sentence is like this? Elizabeth speaks English, comma, although although she is a Yoruba girl. Elizabeth speaks English, although she is a Yoruba girl. Now, it's only the person that is thinking very fast that will get this one right. If you're not thinking fast, you'll not get it right. Now, what is the adjunct in this sentence? What's the adjunct in this sentence? What's the adjunct in this sentence? What's the adjunct in this sentence? Elizabeth speaks English, although she is a Yoruba girl. So what's the adjunct there? One person says although, no. Although is not the adjunct. I'm waiting. Although is not, is not. She is not. Is not correct. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yoruba girl, not correct. I know most persons. I thought you knew this topic. Answer it now. What is the adjunct in this sentence? Although is not the adjunct. Yoruba girl is not the adjunct. Remember, we said an adjunct stands for adverbs and adverbials. Adverbials like adverbial clause. So what is the adjunct? We're saying I should go back. Just scroll back now. Just scroll back. You can control it from your own end. So, although she is a Yoruba girl, one person have gotten it right. Thank you very much, Chinanza Juliet. Thank you. Although she is a Yoruba girl, is the adjunct here. Although she is a Yoruba girl, is the adjunct. Although that's adverbial clause of concession. Adverbial clause is adverbial clause. Although she is a Yoruba girl. Now, Elizabeth speaks English. Remember, we said adverb tells us more about a verb, right? Good. She speaks English. What's the subject here? We already know a subject here is Elizabeth. Speaks English here is a predicate. Speaks is a predicator. English is just telling us more about the verb. Somebody is asking, is adjunct same as adverb? Yes, adjunct is adverb and adverbials like adverbial clause. Adverb and adverbial clauses. All right. Is that understood? Any question so far? If there's no question, say ride on, ride on, ride on, ride on, ride on. If there's no question, say ride on. If there is no question, say ride on, ride on, ride on, ride on, ride on, ride on. Okay. Okay, so we can move on, I guess. We can move on. We can move on. We can move on. All right. We can move on now. Okay, let me get you some questions. Let me get you some questions to answer. Let me get some questions for you to answer. or before we take some past questions, now I've taught you four major parts of a sentence. I've taught you the subject, I've taught you the subject, I've taught you the predicator, I've taught you the complement, and I've taught you the adjuncts. And I said that subject here is what the sentence is talking about. Predicator here can also be referred to as the verb, the action word. Complement here can be the object, Then the adjunct here is the adverb or adverbials. That's adverbial clauses telling us more about a verb, right? So that's what we've talked about so far. Okay, can we move on? Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. There's something I need to point out. At this point. Please, to avoid mistakes, note that for a noun, if you add s to a noun, it becomes, if you add, hold on, let me write it well. If you add s to a noun, it becomes plural, right? It becomes plural. But if you add, for a verb, if you add s to a verb, it becomes singular. Take note of that. If you add s to a noun, it's plural. If you add s to a verb, it becomes singular. Take, for example, if this is our singular and plural, hold on, let me write it clearly. So if we have something like this, if here, I like using red, let me turn it to red. If here, this side, if on this, the first side we have here singular, and this side we have plural. Now remember that goes, if you look at something like goes, is it singular or plural? First of all, go and goes. Go is a verb. If you add s to a verb, it becomes what? Singular, right? So goes is singular, while go is plural. Do you understand? So you can say she goes to school. She goes to school. She is singular, goes is singular. Subject verb agreement in rules of concord. She goes to school. Now, the next one is speaks. Is it singular or plural? Let me hear you in the comment section. Speaks. Is it singular or plural? Speaks. Is it singular or plural? I want to hear you in the comment section. Okay, singular, because it's a verb. If you add s, it becomes singular. So speaks is singular, while speak is plural. Another one, what of if you have something like chair. Is chairs singular or plural? Chairs, is it singular or plural? Chairs, is it singular or plural? I'm waiting for you. Plural, right? Because it is a noun. So when you add s to it, it becomes plural. So please take note of that cheat. If you add s to a verb, it becomes singular, like plays. Plays is is singular because you're adding s and it's a verb. What else? Kicks the ball. He kicks the ball. So when you add s, it becomes singular. If you don't add s to that verb, it becomes plural. Do we understand that? So basically, that's that. Any question so far? Any question so far? If there's no question, we move on. I'll be ending this class not too long. Now, if you are doing past questions, you will see the rules of concord. We have 20 something rules of concord. So let's start with rules of concord. Yes, kicks is a verb. Kicks, like he kicks the ball. Kick is an action word. So kicks is singular verb. Why kick? No s is plural verb. So rules of concord. Rules of concord. Let's take some of them. Let's take some of them. Anytime you hear concord, concord is talking about agreement. Subject must agree with the verb. What don't you understand? Please make it clear. The person that said, I don't understand, make it clear. Make your question clear. State your question out so I can answer you. Now, rules of concord, while I wait for your question. The rules of concord, I said concord means agreement, right? Agreement. And there are so many rules of concord. There are so many rules of concord. We are going to take them one after the other. In this book, we have 24 rules of concord. We have 24 rules of concord. All right, let me start from the first one. The first one is the subject verb concord. Since I've said that concord means agreement, is so subject verb concord is same thing as saying subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement. Now, in every sentence, the subject must agree with the verb. What that means is that if the subject is singular, the verb must also be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. So subject verb agreement. That's that subject verb agreement. All right. So moving on, take for example, if you have something like, is it supposed to be the boys? Among this sentence, the first is the first one. The boys go to the boys go. Let me make it simple. Or B says the boys goes. Which one is correct? Is it A or B? A says the boys go, while B says the boys goes. Which one is correct? Which one is correct? Drop A or B in the comment section. Drop A or B in the comment section. Which one is correct? Is it the boy go or the boy goes? The boys go or the boys goes? Which one is correct? The boys go, the boys goes. All right, now, most of you failed it already. You failed it. Okay, let's look at it together. Let's look at it together. Now, subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement. If the subject is singular, the verb must also be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. Now, the subject in this sentence is the boys. The boys is the sentence, is the subject. Now, the boys, is it singular or plural? Boys, many, plural, right? Now, since the subject here is plural, it must go with a plural subject. Sorry, it must go with a plural verb. So, it go and goes, which one is plural? Remember what I just told you, that if a verb has s, it is singular. In this case, go is a verb. So go here, is it singular or plural? Go is plural. Go is plural. Why goes is having s. Remember, if you add s to a verb now, it becomes singular, right? So goes is singular. So the correct thing is to say the boys go, not the boys goes. Do you understand? So it is the boys go. So the correct answer here is A. The boys go, not the boys goes, because boys here is plural, while goes here is singular, which cannot go together. So that is subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement. Do we understand that? Any question so far? Any question so far? So A is the correct answer. If you want me to move on, just drop fire emoji in the comment section. Just drop fire in the comment section. If you've not subscribed to my channel, click on the subscribe button now and subscribe so you learn. And it's not only English I do on this channel. I do all your JAMB subject combinations. I do all your JAMB subjects combinations, all your JAMB subject combinations. So you can go through. If you've not registered for my JAMB online class, my JAMB online class holds Mondays to Fridays, every day, 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. 6 p.m. we have a video lesson. Then 9 p.m. we do brainstorming on the WhatsApp group chat. Brainstorming is past questions, so many years of past questions on that particular topic. The aim of doing that is any topic we've covered, you should be sure, you should be certain that you can answer any question you see, any question you jam on it, you should be able to answer. That's the purpose of the brainstorming. If you've not registered for the JAMB online class, I'm seeing most of my people here already. Most of my people here. And there's a challenge, just to let you know, there's a challenge on the group, reading 4 hours, at least 4 hours every night. So every night you write, start the time you started, you write the time you ended, so I can follow you up at least 4 hours every night. So if you get to the group after this live stream, you get to the group, you'll see plenty persons writing sign in, sign in, sign in. And when you wake up, you see sign out, sign out, sign out. 4 hours. If you are interested in joining the group, my number is, let me write my number on the screen so you can chat me up on WhatsApp. Just chat me up on WhatsApp and register. I will send you previous lessons you've missed already. Once you register for my JAMB online class, I'll add you up, send you previous lessons so you can start learning and you catch up from where we are. Those of you still waiting, JAMB is this February already. JAMB is starting soon. JAMB is starting very soon. You have 60 something days to go, and that 60 something days is not enough. Yes, Elizabeth, I can see you for signifying that you're excellent in the academy. I saw you on the live stream and I knew. Let me see how many persons I can recognize here that is already on that my JAMB online class. Let me see how many I can recognize. Though the names I'm seeing here is not your real name. I can see Princess Silas. I know you're on my JAMB online group. Who else again? The names are different from the names I saved your number, so I may not be able to recognize most of you. But if you're on the group already, just drop I'm on the group, I'm on the group, I'm on the group, I'm on the group already. I'm on the group. All right, guys, this is what is going to happen. I think I'm going to reschedule English class for tomorrow again. Normally, I'm not supposed to do that. Saturdays, we don't have class. We don't normally have classes on Saturdays. But I think I will reschedule so that we can use one day to finish all the 24 rules of Concord. All the 24 rules of Concord, so that when we start past questions will be. So I think tomorrow, by tomorrow, I think we should reschedule a class on English for tomorrow, a live stream too. So I will inform you guys on the group about the time and every other thing you need to know on the JAMB group. I'll be ending this live stream here because I'm having class with someone in the UK from 8 o'clock to 9, then another one from 9 to 10. So I'll be ending this class now. It's just 8 minutes to that other class, right? Just 8 minutes to that other class. So if you learned something today, just drop something that will make me happy in the comment section. Just drop something that will make me happy in the comment section. If you learned something today, just drop something that will make me happy in the comment section. Okay, those persons on the group already. Hope, Annabelle, Peter, Donald, I'm just calling the name. I'm saying yeah, gifts. Uh, Daniel, I see you there. Steven, Princess, Divine, Roots. Can see all of you there. Can see all of you there. Those of you that have not registered for my online class, my number is on the screen. Drop it there. If you learned something there, if you learned something today, drop something nice in the comment section, and that's only that. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Yeah, you people should like the video too, and feel free to share it. Share this particular video. Share it. Always, I love what my students are doing, like the energy, sharing my videos, sharing my channels, sharing. Always see it on their status. Some of them see it on their status. People like Princess, people like wait again, can I remember the name? Always see it on their status, always posting. I love that. That's the spirit. Always share my link, share. That's the best you can do for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Please always share my videos. Share it to any group you are. Just be sharing it. Feel free to share any of my videos. The most active person for this night will be the DP of the group. And after my class, I'm about to start my class now. So after my class now, the most active person on the group on this group, I've already seen the most active person. So I think it's good to say it here. Most of you were active. Most of you were active. Were very active. But from what I saw, the most active person here was Elizabeth. So Elizabeth, send me your picture on WhatsApp. If you're already on my Jam online group, so your picture will be the DP of the group for 24 hours. Let me remove the person that we put yesterday. For 24 hours, you will be there. Then tomorrow, anybody that is the most active, the picture will be there for 24 hours also. All right. So you are the celebrant of today. See you guys in my next class. My name is Excellent Simplified. I will be going off the stream now. Be going off the stream now. All right. Bye.